Hey, this is Kim Exotic's episode of Yoga, Eaten Alive. Got my big cats in the house with me today. Join me for a quick flow on your mat. I'm just a peppy, high-vibing, yoga flowing redneck with a mullet. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and start out in child's pose. Forehead resting on your mat. Knees together or spread wide. Big toes touching. So take a big breath in, fill up with air. Long exhale out, let it go completely. Big breath in, filling up. Long exhale out, letting go. Maybe gently rolling your forehead from side to side. And just taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's staying present. Maybe it's channeling your inner exotic animal. And then whenever you're ready, we'll make our way up to our hands and knees. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll inhale our crown to the front, tail to the back. Exhale to your cat. Round your back. Push out all of the air. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Taking a few rounds of each, just moving with your breath. And then after one more round of each, we'll make our way back to a neutral spine, neutral position. Take a few hip rolls to the right. Go ahead and switch directions. Take a few hip rolls to the left. We'll go ahead and make our way back to center. Come into our extended puppy pose. So walk your palms toward the top of your mat. Spread your fingers wide. Melt your chest toward your mat. Reach your tail to the sky. Go ahead and walk your hands back under your shoulders. We'll press back to our first downward facing dog. So knees bent, feet about hip width apart. Go ahead and inhale that right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, peel open your hip. Maybe rolling out your ankle. Go ahead and reach that right leg to the sky. Step through to a lunge. So hands on your mat. Press that left hand into your mat. Reach that right arm to the sky. Maybe bringing that right hand to that left hip pocket. Go ahead and release that right hand. Step left foot up to meet right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. Reach that left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, peel open your hip. Maybe rolling out that ankle. Reach that left leg to the sky. Step forward. Come up into a low lunge. So right hand to your mat. Reach that left arm to the sky. Maybe walking your gaze up to the sky. If it feels good, bring that left hand to that right hip pocket. Go ahead and release that left hand. Step back to your high push-up. Pausing here. We're going to slowly lower down onto our belly. and come into a gentle Cobra. So just barely pressing into the palms, maybe floating the palms, pressing into the tops of the feet, nice neutral gaze. Gonna go ahead and lower your forehead down. Tuck the toes, press up to your high push-up, back to your downward facing dog. So we'll walk, step, or float to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. So take peace fingers around big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe swaying your head out from side to side. Shaking your head yes or no. And just breathing here. Go ahead and release your hands, heel toe your feet back to about hip width apart. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. So we'll walk, step, or float to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, sink down to your chair. So tuck that tail, sink your weight toward your heels. So just breathing here. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper. We're going to release hands to heart center, twist to the right. So left elbow to the outside of that right leg, press into your palms. Peeling open. And just breathing here. Maybe opening up to fly. Go ahead and release your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Go ahead and hook your thumbs, let your elbows fall out. Go ahead and release that right hand down the right leg. Reach that left arm up and over. Peel that shoulder back. Go ahead and come back to center. Interlace your fingers. Press those palms up. Release that left hand down. Reach that right arm up and over. So stay grounded through the feet. Peel that right shoulder open. Go ahead and come back to center. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. Walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and sink down to your chair. So sink your weight toward your heels. Tuck your tail. Lift your chest. Go ahead and release hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside of that left leg. Sinking down, lifting that chest. Maybe opening to fly. Go ahead and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. So just take a moment to check in here. Maybe coming back to your intention, coming back to your breath. Go ahead and drop your knees to your mat and just come into your child's pose for just a moment. So big breath in, filling up, expanding through the ribs and back ribs. Long exhale out, letting go completely. Big breath in, filling up. Long exhale out, letting go. Whenever you're ready, slowly go ahead and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out your feet. I'm having an issue with a tiny little jaguar over here. I don't think he likes my new mullet. Slowly go ahead and reach that right leg up to the sky. Step through and rise up to your warrior one. So front foot pointing toward about 2 o'clock, or front foot facing forward, back foot pointing toward about 10 o'clock. Try to square those hips to the front of your mat. Right knee over that right ankle. Maybe reaching those arms to the sky. Maybe bringing hands to heart center. We'll go ahead and release our hands behind our lower back. Interlace fingers, shine your heart. And then exhale, forward fold. So relaxing your head and neck, letting those arms fall forward. Letting any stress or tension roll off your neck and back. Go ahead and release your hands. Step back to your high push-up. We're going to roll our heels to the right and come into our side plank. So reach that right hip to the sky. You can stagger, stack, or flex your feet. Try to reach that right hip up a little bit higher. We'll go ahead and release our hand. Pause here. Bend that right leg, right toes to the left side of the mat. So coming into your wild thing. Maybe channeling your inner Joe Exotic, your wild animal, and then coming back to your high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. So reach that left leg to the sky. Step through and rise up to your warrior one. So back foot pointing toward about 10 o'clock. Left knee over that ankle. So hands overhead or at heart center. We're going to make our way into our humble warrior. So interlace fingers behind the back, maybe the opposite way. Shine the heart. Left shoulder to that left thigh. So just letting those arms fall forward. Gazing at the arch of your back foot. Letting any stress or tension roll off your neck and back. Go ahead and release your hands. Step back to your high push-up. Pause here. We're going to roll our heels to the left. So come in to our side plank. So stacking your hips, your shoulders, lifting that right hip up. Breathing here. We'll come back to our high push-up. Bend that left leg, left toes to the right side of your mat. Coming into your wild thing. Go ahead and come back to your high push-up. This time we're going to lower down to our forearm plank. So coming down to your forearms, engaging that core. Nice neutral gaze. ahead and drop your hips. We're going to come into our Sphinx pose. So nice neutral gaze. We're going to add our lion's breath. So take a big inhale, exhale it out. Nice big inhale, exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale, exhale it out. Go ahead and press back to your child's pose for just a moment. And then press back to your downward facing dog. We're going to step that right foot forward, rising up to our crescent lunge. So back leg nice and long, pressing into the ball of the foot, right knee over that right ankle. Maybe extending those arms to the sky. We'll take a gentle twist, left arm to the front, right arm to the back. So really reaching in those opposite directions. Maybe staying here, maybe releasing that left hand down the back of the leg, reaching that left arm to the sky. And then hands to heart center, left elbow to the outside of that right leg. So pressing into the palms, stacking your shoulders, maybe opening up to fly. Go ahead and release your hands. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. Step that left foot forward, rise up to your crescent lunge. Back leg nice and long. Left knee over that left ankle. And then twist to the left. Right arm to the front, left arm to the back. Pull in those opposite directions. Bring hands to heart center, right elbow to the outside of that left leg. So press into your palms. Maybe walking your gaze to the sky, maybe opening up to fly. Go ahead and release your hands. Step back to your high push-up. We'll go ahead and release to that forearm plank again. So engaging that core. Maybe taking that right leg, stacking your foot up onto the left heel. And then switching sides. Left heel on that right heel. Staying nice and strong. Release that foot, come down to your Sphinx pose. So nice neutral gaze. We'll do our lion's breath again. So inhale, exhale all out. Inhale, filling up. Exhale it all out. One more time. Inhale, exhale it. And we'll go ahead and press back to our downward facing dog. Take a moment here to just pedal out the feet. Inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels toward the mat. Go ahead and walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll sink down to our chair. Go ahead and sink a little bit deeper, and then make your way all the way down onto your mat. So knees bent, feet about hip width apart. We'll set up for our boat pose. So engage your core, lift your crown. You can stay right here with your hands on the mat. You can bend the legs halfway, or if you want to extend, you can extend to your full boat. Go ahead and lower down, come back up. Lower down, come back up. One more time, lower down, come back up. Release your hands, release your feet. Press into reverse tabletop. Lift those hips, lift those thighs. We'll go ahead and release down. We're going to rock and roll lengthwise, just massaging out our spine. So just rock it front to back. And then make your way through your flow. So come into your high push-up to low, to upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. We're going to go ahead and walk our feet up toward our hands. We're just going to come into a Buddha squat. So bring hands to heart center. Maybe pressing the elbows into the legs. Maybe staying here, maybe flying your crow. If you're flying your crow, engaging your core, rounding, having that nice cat back. We're going to sink back to our Buddha squat. Go ahead and release your hands. Forward fold. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. We're going to take peace fingers around big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. So letting any stress or tension just pour off your neck and back. Go ahead and inhale, halfway lift one more time. This time, if you want to take your hands under your feet, coming into your gorilla pose. And then exhale, forward fold. Try to let that stress, let that tension go. So just breathing here. Let those elbows fall out to the sides. Go ahead and release your hands. Heel toe your feet back to about hip width apart. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Pull that back nice and flat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Go ahead and release your hands by your sides, and we're just going to come into our mountain pose. So get nice and grounded. So just stacking the body, finding a nice neutral gaze. Go ahead and inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to up, exhale to down. Go ahead and drop your knees, cross your ankles. We're going to come into a seated position. So legs nice and long in front of you. So we'll inhale our arms to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. So maybe flexing your feet. Just trying to get a nice active stretch. We'll go ahead and make our way back up to our seated position. We're going to bring our right foot to the outside of our left leg, sit up nice and tall, twist to the right. Maybe gazing toward that right shoulder. Go ahead and come back to center. Right leg nice and long. Left foot to the outside of the right leg. And then twisting to the left. Sit up nice and tall. We'll come back to center. Go ahead and make your way onto your back. So knees bent, feet about hip width apart. Bring that right ankle to the top of the left leg. Hug that left knee in. Pointing or flexing your feet. We'll go ahead and switch sides. Left ankle to the top of that right leg. Hug it in. Trying to let any last bits of tension just pour out. Come into your happy baby pose, or we'll say baby tiger pose. Maybe gently rock it from side to side, massaging out your lower back. We'll come back to center. Give yourself a great big hug. Curl up into a tight little ball. Squeeze your fingers, squeeze your toes, squeeze all of the muscles in your face and body. And then just letting go. Coming into your final resting position. So closing your eyes. Enjoying a few minutes on your mat at your practice. Go ahead and slowly begin to add movement. Maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Just bringing back an awareness to the breath and body. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. We'll slowly roll over onto our right side. And then make our way up to an easy seated posture. So we'll bring hands to heart center. The light within me honors the light, love, and peace within you. Together we'll bow forward and say, Namaste. Thanks for joining me for your practice today. Have an awesome rest of your day. Yeah.